Robert just wanted to say we're going to leave it all on the field. We've got all these characters, all these pieces, all these interlocking parts. It's not like Spider-Man 3 where they're all separate. And
when I did the first two Iron Man movies with John, he was playing Happy, of course, as well. And he would always shoot his coverage last. And as long as like the camera didn't roll out or the light didn't go down, he'd print it and move on. It was good. And this time, ladies and gentlemen, Happy Hogan is so off the chain. The things he says, it's kind of like it's like Swingers at 40.
Yes!
You're gonna love it.
I have to say, it's an interesting dynamic going on. At first, it was very odd walking on the set of an Iron Man movie, but Shane made me feel very, very comfortable, as did Robert and Kevin. And I never got a chance to really have fun with the role before because I'm always worried about everybody's feelings on the set because I'm the director. And now I get to really just have fun. And I've always admired Robert as an actor, and that's why I hired the guy, and now I get to play with him, which I never really got to do. And also as far as executive producing as opposed to directing, I feel like a proud grandfather who doesn't have to change the diapers but gets to play with the baby. So it's a very fun. It's been a very fun.
Whose diaper are you talking about?
Not you.
you don't.
Yes, you are.
Thanks for waiting. What's your question?
Hi, my name's Dana, and this is really weird hearing my voice. Anyways, first of all, Robert, I love you.
Yep.
And my original question was going to be, like, how do you relate to Tony Stark? But after that entrance,
We both love Luther Vandross.
Never too much.
So anyways, now my question is, how long does it take you to get into the Iron Man suit?
Oh, they keep making them better and better. What's your time in it now?
Half hour.
Oh, mine's about 3 minutes.
Yeah. Racism.
His has got bigger guns. Yeah. I'm sorry, next stereotype, question?
Hi, this is from Mr. Downey. Huge fan of all your work, but,
She just blinked out for a second.
It's not easy being up there in the limelight, is it?
Nope, and I give mad props to whoever had courage to get up here first. You said in an interview you were signed on to do 3 Iron Man movies. I was wondering if we can expect to either see another Iron Man movie or see you reappear as Iron Man in future Marvel comic book movies.
Well, here's all I know is Dawn's and mine's deal run out after we do Iron Man 3, and then we're going to figure out exactly what Brinks truck we want to continue.
They'll give you the truck. Very good answer.
The future is uncertain. I'm super happy. This is just been an amazing journey, and oh my God. Hey, pal.
Familiar face.
All right. How you top that?
Go ahead.
All right.
About to get trippy here.
Hi, Mr. Downey. I'm Paul Jr. I was wondering, though, if it's okay if I borrowed your suit.
I'll leave that.
Yeah, of course. It's like roadie. You don't really ask and you never bring it back.
Well played, sir.
You look hot.
How long did it take you to get into that?
I think about 5 minutes. act out Tony Stark as he changes throughout all the Iron Man movies. You know, the first one, you become our superhero Iron Man. The second one, you almost lose hope, and then in Avengers, you become even greater than you ever have been before.
Well, the idea this time is in some ways a continuance of the meditation that Mr. Favreau and myself and Kevin have been on for a while is you know, what is the need for this third picture? How does it tie it together? There's been a wish list of scenes that Don and I had thought about for a while that we had conceived with John have taken a different shape in Shane's story. And but seeing as how he has the task of directing it, I'll flip it over to him. Shane, how?
So I was wool gathering? No, kidding. There's the issue of how to take a three. That's a three. That's a, you know, there's two before. That's a lot. And so to make it seem like it's part of something that was started but not concluded, to make it seem like it's the culmination of a trilogy and not just another episode. That was the task. How do you dig in? How do you reach back? Sort of touch base with what's there before. And I think we've succeeded. I think we've managed to remember that to stay on top, you always have to touch bottom. And so, yeah, I know. And that's what we're doing. We're actually going back to the roots of this thing, trying to dig out the myth of it. Because I think, especially in a world as confusing as today's, this whole myth thing, I think that's part and parcel of why these hero movies are doing so well, is that we need a little simplicity and a real sort of simple, straightforward return to the myths that drive us. And this story, and by the way, can I just say, I love all these actors, but Downey has a special place in my heart, and working with him has been a fucking dream. This guy's a man. So you will see Tony Stark, because the secret is, and don't tell anybody, because it stays in this room, of course, but he is Tony Stark.
So I'm an asshole.
Rich asshole.
That's a hard act to follow, but hi!
Hi, honey.
I was just wondering, since we got the nod to it in the party in Iron Man 2, if you were going to go into Demon in the Bottle anymore with how debilitating Tony's drinking habits become, and what your opinion on that in general is.
Robert doesn't fall off the wagon in this movie, but because of budget cuts and our effects, there is a scene at the end where he actually falls off a wagon, just as part of the climax. It was kind of a last-minute cheap thing.
We tagged on at the end.
Well, that's the funny thing is we always liked it when we talked to Kevin and he'd say like, yeah, we like it too, and then we did it. And John, remember this whole thing? It was always like, you like the idea of him struggling with this, but there isn't really enough plot. I mean, what are we gonna do? Like sidebar for 30 days while he goes to Betty Ford and cleans it up and comes back? I mean, he's got to save the world. So I think he's got the plug in the jug this time.
There was a big robot rehab battle scene that we.
I have to say, I feel like I have the best seat in the house in a lot of ways, because I'm getting to watch it all unfold, and from a different perspective. And watching the process with these guys has been really, really fun, because there's an enthusiasm, and it's like people coming up with new ideas that do, in addition to honoring what we had done before, bring an originality and a freshness to it that it's just so nice. Between this and honestly the Avengers as well, to see these characters grow, but yet remain consistent with the world. And what's been nice about what Kevin and Marvel has done is having all sorts of filmmakers who were all allowed to bring their own voice to it, to create a consistent universe that had different personalities. And then when Joss was able to bring them all together and make them play in the same sandbox, it was pretty amazing. And I have to say that Shane now, once again, you know, Kevin's got a really good nose for the right guy for the right gig. And Shane really, especially if you're a fan of his writing over several decades now, he brings a really nice perspective. And I think the relationship with Robert shows through. So there's a lot of really nice personal nuance to it.
And can I say something too to add to that? Thank you. One word, one name. Drew Pierce.
Yes.
Is he in the audience?
Where is he?
Where is Drew Pierce?
No, don't show the guy who's been doing all the work.
My co-writer on this. Drew Pierce, he's British, don't hold it against him.
Oh,
He adds an R to the word Maya. I don't know why.
He couldn't get in.
that was 2 words. They were both names.
Yeah, 2 words. Thanks for that question.
It was a green card issue.
Oh my gosh, hi Robert Downey Jr. I cannot believe I'm here. I've been dreaming about Comic-Con since I was a little kid and I came 7,000 miles from Guam just to see this panel. So my question is, there's a huge Marvel following on Guam. It's a small island, but everybody loves you. Would you guys ever consider coming out for a premiere? I gotta ask for everybody back home.
Is that near Encino?
You heard it here first. World premiere of Iron Man 3 in Guam.
You're gonna handle the catering though, right?
You're not at war, right? We're at war most everywhere else.
Thanks. We got one more question, I think.
Guam is...
Hi. I would just want to say, I'm turning 15 today, and it was, this is the...
Someone's flashing a Hi Brianna sign in back of you. I think we're done now. Hi Brianna. Okay, go ahead.
I just wanted to thank you. This is the best birthday present I've ever gotten. It's much better than a $15
We can't talk
iTunes
about that
gift
here.
certificate. Anyway.
Easy. That was a long time ago. We've tried to stop yourself.
How old did you turn?
15.
Oh my lord. Happy birthday, honey.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Would you like us all to sing happy birthday to you? What's your name again?
Ilana?
Delana?
Ilana.
Ilana.
Elon. Okay, it must be the reverb. Happy birthday. No questions. Next.
So I wanted to
Oh,
ask...
you get a question too?
Yeah, maybe I had a question.
Oh, you had a question. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask, if you could have your Iron Man suit be any color without offending Stan Lee, which color would you want it to be? Like periwinkle or
Does mauve offend anyone? Great question.
All right. Kevin Feige says one more.
Bruce Banner? Will we see him in the Iron Man 3 or anywhere?
Kevin Feige.
Well, if you remember at the end of the Avengers, he jumped in the car with Tony. And Tony dropped him off at the Port Authority, and we'll see him again someday.
I think that's a great idea.
I have something to say. Shane said that I had given him some advice along the way, so I'd like to give him some advice today about Comic-Con. If you really want to get a good relationship with the audience here, you got to show them the footage twice.
The actor said no and ran away.
Russell Brand, right left.
That wasn't Russell Brand, that was Edgar Wright.
That explains the Ant-Man. Now I get it.
Yeah. That would all make sense. You know what? I like the footage so much, I'd like to see it again.
Yeah. Thanks for coming out, guys. We'll take a powder.
we'll have a little more time. Love you all. Bye.
Thanks, guys.